Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very special event. This is a day that we've been looking forward to for a long time. And looking at comments in social media and forums from musicians all over the world, we know that there are many who share this exciting feeling. Yamaha is a company well known for the quality of its products, but it's also the only company in the world that manufactures musical instruments for almost every instrument family, as well as speaker systems, mixing desk, and the list goes on. Our arranger workstations combine the knowledge that we've gained from every field into one instrument, providing musicians the ultimate tool to create and play music. When Genos was first launched 6 years ago, it was a huge leap forward in terms of sound quality and performance. And today, we are very excited to introduce the next generation of Yamaha workstations. Please welcome Genos 2.
Hello everyone, I am very excited to be able to show you our new Genos 2 workstation for the first time today. Genos was acclaimed in part for its modern and sleek design. That's why our designers and engineers used this as a foundation when they began developing Genos 2. And to improve upon it, we've been collecting feedback from our users and have incorporated this into the design of Genos 2. As you can see at first glance, there have been some small but very important changes to its design. But what better way to present this than from the head designer of Genos 2 himself? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stefano.
In addition of being product designer, I'm also a musician and mainly keyboard player. For this reason, I've been assigned to the mission of upgrading Genos to the second generation. I took very seriously the user feedbacks and requests for studying the next improvements. The biggest challenge was trying to integrate the new features naturally and smoothly with the lines of the original Genos concept design, dynamic and gentle at the same time. Many new interface elements, buttons and connectors have been added and designed in detail in a deep collaboration with the mechanical engineers. They precisely followed our direction for the cleanest arrangement possible. The most important intention was increasing the visibility of the main LCD, hosted in a new protrusion that emerges like a mountain from Genos' surface. It includes also the sub-display aligned with the LCD and dominating the new knobs and sliders drawbars area. The round knobs had been redesigned as assignable encoder knobs surrounded by LED indicators. LED indicators are also featured beside the sliders that can be operated as organ drawbars as well. The asymmetrical layout of all these new sections wants to contribute to express the smart and professional evolution of Genos 2 and its powerful core. A scientific image symbolized also by the number 2 in the logo as well.
Thanks, Stefano. As you heard, at the center of Genos 2's operation is the new large 9-inch touchscreen, which is now brighter and includes an anti-reflective coating and has built tilting an additional 5 degrees towards the player. The sub-display now includes selectable light and dark modes, so whether you are performing indoors, outdoors or under stage lighting, the Genos 2 displays will always be clearly visible. The knobs and sliders are a convenient way to control many aspects of your performance. Genos' updated live control surface now has LEDs to indicate at a glance the position of each control. They now also include a catch function, reducing the risk of unintended operation during your performance. In addition, we have assignable buttons with LEDs, which now make on-off functions more visible. Next to the joystick, we've also extended the number of buttons to 3, providing even more flexibility and control. Last but not least, we've added hardware buttons to our innovative Cool Looper function on the Genos 2 workstation, giving you easy access when playing live. But this is just the outside. Let's take a look at what's been really newly developed at the heart of the workstation. Here is Toby to tell you all about it.
Thank you very much, Laura, and good evening, everybody. I've seen the launch of many workstations during my life at Yamaha. PSIS, PSIS-X, Tyrus, and Genos, of course, and the leap in terms of sound and possibilities with Genos 2 is just out of this world. So let's take a look at some of the new features we find in our new flagship workstation. Reverb is often overlooked, and it's one of the key aspects of any particular sound. In a Ranger workstation, reverb is everywhere. Voices, styles, MIDI songs, multipads and microphone input. Well, reverb is receiving a huge upgrade in Genos 2 as it now includes Steinberg's renowned Revelation reverb throughout the entire system.
In Arranger workstations, reverb is everywhere, from the voices and styles to MIDI songs, multipads and the mic input. They all use reverb, which is why bringing Steinberg's outstanding Revelation reverb to Genos 2 makes such a big impression on the overall sound. In Arranger workstations, reverb is used to simulate the sound of a room or space. The sound reflections required for these simulations are generated by Revelation at an extremely high resolution, ensuring a jitter-free, silky smooth reverb. Although many reverbs have a mono input, Revelation is full stereo, introducing width to the sound field. Even the panning and location of voices is maintained, allowing them their own space and clarity in the mix. Revelation has a natural sound, making it incredibly versatile and ideal for an Arranger workstation, where the reverb must work across a huge range of instruments, styles and genres. Whilst you can make your own reverb settings, by simply selecting a style, the reverb will be automatically set to reflect the genre, tempo and intention of the style arrangement. This setting is not only made for the style but also the voices, one-touch settings, multipads and mic input. Genos 2 with Revelation Reverb.
Until now, the dynamics of each instrument in a style were fixed. For the first time in an Arranger workstation, the energy and dynamics of all styles can be adjusted using a simple live controller knob. The brand new Style Dynamics control function allows you to regulate whether you want the backing band to play softly, fortissimo or anything in between. The choice is now yours. Let me show you how it works in this video.
Currently, there are hundreds of styles to choose from, each with many style sections. However, the energy and dynamics of these style sections are fixed. Now, for the first time in any Arranger workstation and with a simple live controller, you have the freedom to adjust the energy and dynamics of any style, including user styles. We're calling it Style Dynamics Control. So how does it work? Increasing the controller makes the style parts play harder. Decreasing the controller makes the style parts play softer. This not only changes the volume of the style parts, but also their velocity, including those of the drums and percussion. This works on all style sections, including the intros and endings.
A very important part of styles is the drum or percussion section. In fact, in some songs, the drum part is so legendary that it actually defines the sound and style of the entire song. However, just like with the style dynamics, the drum sound in a workstation used to be the result of a fixed microphone setup, defined by the engineers. Not anymore. With the new ambient drums in Genos 2 and using a single live controller, you can modify in real time how close the microphone setup is to the drums. Let's see how it works.
Revo drums were a big step forward in Genos. Now we're excited to introduce the next generation of Arranger workstation drums. Let us explain. When we sample drums, we use a lot of microphones. Some of these mics are positioned close to the drums and capture a dry, direct sound. Other mics are further away and capture the reflected ambient room sound. Engineers then make a mix, locking the balance between the dry and ambient mics. It's this locked mix which is used to make the voices in the instruments. For the first time in any Arranger workstation and with a simple live controller, you have the freedom to choose a dry, direct sound, an ambient room sound, or anything in between. And don't be fooled, this isn't faked with reverb. These are drums with actual recorded room ambience. And we're calling them ambient drums. So what do they sound like? You're hearing the Ambient Drums Pop Kit. Listen to the change in drum sound as the controller moves between dry and ambient.
The 80s played a big role in defining the sound of pop and rock music, and Yamaha's legendary DX7 was at the center of that revolution with its FM synth engine. Genos 2 now features a dual-engine tone generator with not only AWM technology but also FM synthesis.
In Arranger workstations, voices are usually created by playing back samples. In Genos 2, we are introducing a second tone generation engine, frequency modulation, or FM for short. FM sounds are synthesized in real time as you play. The result is an incredibly dynamic and expressive sound. FM went mainstream in 1983 when Yamaha launched what would become one of the most popular and famous synthesizers of all time, the DX7. This synth defined the sound of the 80s, with voices so iconic that you only need to hear a few notes and you'll recognize them immediately. Like Brass 2. Or the unmistakable Bass 1. Maybe you recognize these tubular bells. And of course, possibly the most famous sound of them all, the DX electric piano. can find the original DX7 presets in Genos 2 by entering DX7 in the voice search.
Last but not least, we have of course sampled and produced many new styles and voices for you, and mastered them using the very latest technology and all of our experience. Now, with over 1,900 of the highest quality voices and 800 styles with one-touch settings covering a vast array of musical genres, you will be immediately inspired to play your favorite songs or even create new musical ideas and compositions. Over 200 styles are brand new, with all existing styles being fully upgraded to use new voices, effects, including FM tone generation and the ability to use ambient drums and style dynamics control. One of the most important sounds for any keyboard player is the piano. So we've not only added new pianos, but also reprocessed existing pianos to a much higher quality. The CFX, Yamaha's flagship grand piano, now has more dynamic layers, 88 key sampling with double length sampled compared to its predecessor. In addition, we can choose a character grand, which is a German 1980s well-played-in piano, giving a more edgy yet rounded sound, perfect for pop and jazz music. Yamaha's premium upright piano, the U1, has been tuned to provide a more contemporary flavor for modern pop songs. And if it is a cinematic sound you're looking for, you can try the rich melancholic sound of the new felt piano. Super Articulation 2 voices remain cutting edge in terms of their playability and realism, providing articulations and legato joints unparalleled in any hardware keyboard instrument. There are even more to choose in Genos 2, covering not only the full orchestral palette, but also more ethnic flavors such as duduk, shakuhachi, and Celtic flute, perfect for movie scores. But enough words and explanation. Let's enjoy a first insight into the new musical world of Genos 2 by the one and only Martin Harris.
Hi and welcome. My name is Martin Harris, and over the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to be showing you some of the great new sounds and features of this incredible new instrument. Let's start by exploring some of the new SA2 voices, and we'll start with where this instrument is produced, Japan. What an amazing sound. That really is a significant upgrade. For the first time on an Arranger workstation, we now have a dual engine, which means we have both AWM sounds, they're the sampled sounds we're all familiar with, but now also the FM synthesis engine, which brings a fresh sound to the instrument, and it's perfectly integrated into the styles, into the one-touch settings, and it really does sound fantastic. There we have it, dual engine. But let's start with the most important sound for any keyboard player, the piano. And we have many great new piano sounds in this instrument, starting with the CFX, which is our top-of-the-line grand piano. We also have a brand new character grand, which is a 1980s, really well played in, a studio grand piano. Felt piano, if you love movie score music, and also a new U1 upright, which is our top-of-the-range upright piano. With the CFX now, we have upgraded it with more key banks, more layers, and longer samples, which really show the quality. But, you know, what really lifts the sound is the reverb. We now have Revelation reverb by Steinberg built in to this instrument. So let's have a listen to how that sounds. And now the character grand, which is so much more well played in, a little bit rough around the edges, but it's great to play. And we can add a style to that, which is really good if you like a bit of rock and roll. Okay, let's change the style. This time I'm going to take an acoustic jazz style, and what I want to show you is what I think is a game changer for style players, and that's what we call style dynamics control. So for the first time, we actually have the control over the dynamics of the style, meaning you can get your band to chill out a bit for maybe a verse, or if you want to give it a little bit more for a chorus, you can do. And it really is the most musical advancement in style playing, and this is what it sounds like. Style dynamics control, and that works with all of the built-in 800 styles or any user style that you wish to load into the instrument. So now let's have a look at the ambient drums. Drums are the backbone to any style, and for the first time we can now control whether you want a really punchy, close, dry sound, or if you want to push that drum kit back and get a more room sound. And that really does give you a lot of control over the overall sound of the style. So let's just take a listen to how that sounds. So the ambient drums there, they work on any of the brand new acoustic kits and the cinematic percussion. The ambient drums, really bringing a whole new dimension to style playback. Of course, we've upgraded many of the sounds in the instrument. We've got new sounds in pianos, brass, strings, and guitars, and much, much more. You name it, and we've done it. I'd like to play actually one of my favorite sounds now. One of our killer sounds for many generations was the concert guitar, the nylon guitar. Works well over so many different genres. We now have the brand new classic nylon, and we have both the open position, which is great for chord playing or strumming, and also the neck position, which is great for melodic tunes, which is exactly what I'm going to play now. and that really is a beautiful sound. And it doesn't only work in a classical context, you can really use it for any style of music. Okay, from that beautiful guitar sound, let's move over to the brass section. We have new pop brass and also orchestral brass. Doesn't matter what your taste, we have the full palette. What amazing brass, featuring the Revelation reverb, which really gives us a great movie score sound field. Okay, I'm going to just move on to something very different. We also love novelty sounds, sounds which are a lot of fun to play. And we've got one here, which I call the holiday sound. It's the sound of the steel drums. Okay, you can have fun with that sound for hours. I already mentioned about this instrument being a dual engine, so let's explore more the FM side of this instrument and the power and dynamics that FM voices bring to this instrument. And I'm going to start with the iconic DX electric piano. We can also combine AWM and FM. So if you want, you can take the CFX piano with that amazing FM e-piano plus some FM chorus bells for that really big, fat power ballad sound. And here's just another example, and this time showing not only do we have FM sounds in the right hand playing voices, but also in the style. So there you have it, the power of FM. And these FM voices are also used in the Schlager styles, which is great for Central Europe. And we have a really, really big and powerful entertainer category in this instrument. So let's just have a listen to one of those styles. We really have only just scratched the surface of this incredible instrument. So why don't you visit the Genos 2 website, because there's so many different demos covering so many different genres of music that you're bound to find something for your taste. So let me just finish with one more sound style, just to show you again the power of Genos 2.
Thank you, Martin, for that great performance. Well, as you've just heard, the sound in Genos 2 has improved dramatically thanks to the Revelation reverb, style dynamics control, ambient drums and the FM synth engine. But what else is new? Here is Nikolai to help us to guide us through the additional features of Genos 2.
Thank you, Toby. Any kind of performance needs some sort of organization, whether it be a live gig or playing your favorite songs at home. With the introduction of the playlist function in Genos, it became really easy to organize your registration memory banks for instant recall during a performance. Now, with an updated user interface, playlist entries can be sorted from A to Z or from Z to A. You can jump alphabetically through the playlist records as well as filter for a specific term. If you're importing Music Finder records from an older instrument, the style name will automatically be included in the new playlist record name.
Moving on, Genos 2 is now compatible with Bluetooth. Connect your Bluetooth device wirelessly to Genos 2 and you'll be able to play along with your favorite songs or even record everything you hear using the onboard audio recorder. The instrument also features a USB audio interface which allows for studio quality audio to be recorded using the Rack and Share app or other apps or DAWs with just a single USB cable. It's great for sharing your performance with your friends or for high-quality music production.
For those who require a secondary display, you can now connect your Genos 2 to an external display or TV using the new HDMI port. It's perfect if you're entertaining a crowd or hosting a karaoke party at home, as you can instantly show the lyrics of your songs on the external display for everyone to sing along, while you follow the score on the song on the Genos 2 display. Or you can simply mirror the main display, which can be useful if you are playing in a duo or a band.
As Laura already mentioned, we've added 2 new buttons for Chord Looper. They provide quick access to recording and playing back chord sequences in real time. Whether you wish to free up your left hand to play full piano, build up sections for a song, or practice a difficult piece of music, Chord Looper enables you to store up to 8 chord sequences in each bank for easy access during your performance. You can create an unlimited number of banks with your own chord progressions or choose from a range of built-in presets.
For players who want even more versatility, Genos 2 includes expansion memory, which means new voices and styles can be added in addition to the factory presets. There's an ever-growing library of free voice and style expansion packs that you can download from the Yamaha website. The packs provide everything from new voices, styles and one-touch settings to multipads, enabling you to personalize Genos 2 just to your liking.
And have you ever thought, how cool would it be if I could make a style from my favorite MIDI song file? Now, this is reality thanks to the new MIDI song to style converter. Simply drag and drop your MIDI song file into the application and it will automatically create a style from it. And if you want to, you can also personalize how your style is created. Let's see how it works.
Creating your own styles for Arranger workstations just became a whole lot easier thanks to the new MIDI Song to Style application. It takes any standard MIDI file and converts it into a style. Just open the application, then drag and drop in your MIDI file. When the conversion is complete, there are 2 ways to get your new style into your keyboard. If your computer and instrument are connected, you can save it directly via MIDI. If not, you can save it and transfer it to your keyboard using USB memory. You can now play the new style on your Arranger workstation. As we've seen, the easy style conversion is quick but automatic. The edit page is where you can personalize your style, whether it be remixing or deciding which parts of the song are used to make the style sections, or even which tracks from the song are used in your style. With a MIDI connection, you can audition everything you're doing. And when you are happy, save it to your arranger workstation ready to play.
We mentioned at the beginning of the event that we've listened to our customers' feedback, so we know just how much time and effort goes into creating your sounds, registration banks and playlists. Therefore, we've made upgrading to Genos 2 from your current keyboard, be it a Tyrus or Genos, easier than ever. Feel free to check out our compatibility discovery video, which will be available on the new Genos 2 website right after this event.
In addition to our new Genos 2 workstation, there are of course some accessories available. And following the easy to upgrade approach, Genos 2 will remain fully compatible for GNS MS01 speakers as well as the L7B stand. Also, if you own a pair of Yamaha HS7 or HS8 speakers instead, or use a StagePass 1K Mark II system live, we've created master equalizer settings specially tailored for these setups. Just one click and you will have the perfect sound.
Thank you, Toby and Nikolai, for this insight into the depths of Genos 2. We can tell how excited you are to finally launch this masterpiece. But what's more important to us are our customers. Some of them have had the chance to see, hear and create on Genos 2 already. This is what they had to say.
So I was very excited to get an invitation from Yamaha to attend the event here in Berlin, which is a city I've never visited, so I jumped on this opportunity, and so I was particularly excited to see that the FM engine with some enhancements from the DX7 is now here on the Genos 2.
Dans cette nouvelle mouture, Yamaha a été excellent en termes de propositions, notamment au niveau des styles. Plus de 250 styles en plus. Plus de 300 sons plus.
Und was ich auch ganz toll finde, ist, dass man jetzt Zugriff auf das Schlagzeug hat. Man kann also die Dynamik runterfahren.
Jeżeli chodzi o odczucia po przetestowaniu tego instrumentu, jest to absolutnie fantastyczne przeżycie. Jeżeli chodzi o mnie, zajmuję się muzyką klubową. W instrumencie jest dołożonych naprawdę mnóstwo takich klubowych, soczystych brzmień, które naprawdę dadzą Wam tyle radości w graniu.
Ha sido un evento muy interesante, es una máquina muy potente, yo os recomiendo que os acerquéis a probarla y a verla en las tiendas, sobre todo si no estáis familiarizados con este tipo de instrumento entertainer, creo que os va a sorprender porque tiene más usos de los que pensáis.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you to our amazing customers. So, changes to the design, further development of the user interface, and numerous new functions, features, voices, and styles. It's all very impressive. But as you heard from our users, Genos 2 is much more than all those things. It is an experience, and to contribute to that experience, we've prepared a lot of material to help you fully discover Genos 2 and to get the best from this fantastic instrument. To begin with, we'll upload the videos you've seen tonight explaining the new key features to the new Genos 2 website, so you can learn all about them anytime. We'll also be updating the website regularly with tutorial videos where we'll show you different tips and tricks that you can use in your performance, explaining them step by step so you can learn how to implement them. Along with this, you will also find a demo video by Martin Harris where he'll play through the different categories of sounds and styles in Genos 2. It's always great to learn how the best in the game uses the different features on board the instrument, and really are a joy to hear and see. And for those who want to get some insight into the Genos 2 story, we've produced a short documentary where we will go behind the scenes to get a deep look into its development. Last but not least, after registering your Genos 2 workstation, you'll receive a 5-year warranty extension, plus you'll be able to download 2 exclusive expansion packs. The DX7 voice pack, which adds to the preset voices, completing the collection of 128 original voices from DX7. And the Genos Complete Pack, which includes sounds and styles from Genos that were not included in Genos 2. Of course, we'll be presenting demos throughout the entire continent, so don't forget to check on your closest Genos 2 dealer to learn more about upcoming dates. As you can see, the possibilities with Genos 2 are endless. Features like Revelation Reverb, Style Dynamics Control, ambient drums, and the FM synth engine have taken its sound to a level of quality previously unseen on an arranger workstation. And its additional voices and styles, the new options for connectivity, the upgraded playlist function, or the MIDI to style converter make it the most versatile workstation ever. We really hope that you enjoyed this event, and we look forward to seeing you in person in any of our demos. We're sure that Genos 2 will become the perfect tool to help you create your next masterpiece. Thank you and have a good evening.